Well, I just got the call that tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll be going into surgery for some fusions in my neck. Um, this is my first video, and this is the day, obviously, the day before. Uh, Thought I'd just kind of record this and record some videos as things progress, and so that people may be able to get a little hint of what it's like. I know I did a lot of research, and I found some great videos out there, a lot of help. The thing I didn't find much of was the level of fusion that I'm going to be having. Let me give you a little bit of a background. By the way, today is the 29th, December 29th, 2014. Just as a reference point. A little bit of background. Back starting in 2008, one in 2008 and another one in 2010, I had to have two different operations for fusions in my neck. I had ruptured disc, herniated disc that had herniated into the foramen and also into the spinal canal. One in particular pressing on the spinal cord. All in all, the first surgery, they removed the disc and did a fusion of C5 and C6. The second surgery, they removed the disc and fused C6 and 7. So currently, I'm fused from C5 to C7. Back in September of this year, I started having some lower back problems. I've been having them actually for years, and things just progressively got worse, and it got to the point that I decided I'd get something done about it. I was having some really severe pain. One day, in fact, I was sitting down and I went to get up, and I just didn't think I was going to make it up on my feet. In fact, I did fall back into the chair and had to take some time to get up. So went to the doctor and was sent to a specialist, a neurosurgeon, and turned out that I had a herniated disc on L4-5, and it had herniated into the foramen and was pressing on the nerve that runs down your legs, basically. Also, there were some bone spurs. The doctor did a micro discectomy and a laminectomy, where they removed some of the bone, and it was great. I woke up pain-free. It was fantastic. About a month after that, I guess, I started having some more pain in the lower back, and so I went back to him, and of course I'd been seeing him after surgery, and went back to him and did some scans, found out the discs were fine, everything was fine there. But what he did find was that I have facet joint disease. If you're not familiar with that, it's basically arthritis of the little joints that hold your vertebra together, that connect them. And so at that point we started doing a series of injections. The injections help. They don't last as long as I'd like them to. I've had two sets of them done now, and then there's some other options we may do since they're not lasting. They last for about 2 weeks, and then it's back. But those 2 weeks are like heaven. It's just great. So anyhow, in the meantime, for a couple of years, I've had neck pain, and especially up in the upper area and the back of my head. Just thought maybe I was having some bone spurs. I know when they did the other two surgeries, they said there were a lot of bone spurs in there. My current doctor, when he scanned my lower back, said that there was a lot of bone spurs showing up in there, and I've been diagnosed with degenerative disc disease, facet joint disease, and I'll get the term wrong probably, ankylosing spondylitis, and that's the bone spurs growing and pressing on stuff, or that's the way I understand it. Basically, all three are types of arthritis. This started in my 30s. I'm currently 52. And just been progressing since then. So anyway, back to my story. I tend to talk in circles, so y'all just hang with me and I'll eventually come back around. So back to my original story, I go and I talk to him about my lower back. He decides he wants to do another scan and just make sure that nothing else is herniated or anything in the lower back. And so as we're walking down the hallway, I asked him if he worked on necks. And he said, yes, he did. And I said, well, after all this is done, I want you to take a look at mine. I said, I'm having a few problems. And he asked me what was wrong. And I told him about the pain. And I said, lately, I said, like the last month or so, I'll just be sitting watching TV or sitting in class. I'm a returning student, gone back for another degree. Be sitting in class, just really doing nothing active or anything, just sitting here. And suddenly both arms will go numb, just from here all the way to my fingertips. Will just go totally numb. You can touch them. The cats, I have two cats. Little spawn of Satan cats is what they are. But anyway, they'll come up. There have been times they would come up and they'd be sitting beside me and I wouldn't be able to feel them, when it would go numb. So I told him about this and I said, yeah, it may just be some bone spurs. I've had those in the past. And I said, but I'll get you to look at them. And he said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, let's go ahead and scan your neck while we're doing the lower back. He said, we'll just do all of it. And I said, okay, great. So, long story short, well, actually it won't be short, but anyhow, he did the scan, and it did show that I have another ruptured or herniated, I keep calling it ruptured, herniated disc in the lumbar region, but it's not pressing on anything at present, so we're not concerned about it, just going to keep an eye on it. I just did some more shots, but the problem was the neck. C3-4, that disc, and C4-5, I'm sorry, and C3-4. So those two levels, the two levels just above where I've had fusion already, have both herniated, and they both herniated into the spinal canal, and they're both pressing on the spinal cord. He told me that we needed to get this taken care of, that I could be looking at some possible long-range damage and also damage just to other parts of my body, that because it's just the spinal cord. So I go in tomorrow to get both of those fused, which kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I wasn't expecting that. That's not what I thought I would hear. It also hit me pretty hard as far as mobility issues, because when this is done, I'll be fused from C3 down to C7, 5 vertebra. You only have 7 to work with. I've been told I'll still be able to do this, and I will be able to look up and down, but not a full range. They say that I'll lose about 50% of the motion that I have right now, which has been limited somewhat for a number of years. Because of being able, looking down. The career I used to be in, you look down a lot, and I can't do that anymore. That's why I went back to school, because of the previous fusions. So that, like I said, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I got kind of depressed and worried, and I didn't know what was going on or where I was going to, what my life was going to become, and I've since come to terms with it. It took a while, but I mean, I'm a kind of a resilient individual, I guess, and I didn't get to be 6'5" without being resilient. So tomorrow's the surgery, and I know somewhat, what to expect because I've had two before, but I understand this will be higher. They'll probably, I'm assuming they'll do an incision right in this area. Before they did it right here, and so I'm assuming it'll be higher just because of where it's at, and I don't really look forward to the pain, but I do look forward to having relief, and my hands tingle all the time now. I have pain going down my arms. I have pain in my legs and just all over. You just pick a spot, and of course a lot of that's due to this arthritic thing as well. But I'm going to be curious to see what changes once this takes place. That's pretty much my story right now. Like I said, I don't know much else to expect or to say. I'm going to try to do a video every few days. Tomorrow after surgery sometime, I'm going to try to do one on my iPhone, but I hope it'll work. But I'm kind of technologically challenged, and my iPhone is a recent purchase for me, and so I'm still trying to figure it out. I hope I figure it out. If I don't, I guess I'll talk to y'all when I get home and have my laptop in front of me, and I'll tell you how it was and everything. But if I can do it from the hospital on the iPhone, I'll be posting something there. So y'all be good. Take care of your neck, and just hang with me, and we'll see what's going to happen. All righty, y'all be good. Later. Bye.